The Fairphone 6 is one of the most unique smartphones you can buy today. You might not know it from the outside, but once you turn it on, there's a whole new world waiting for you. It's powered by Android 15, but uses a branch of Android known as EOS, a privacy-focused fork that pulls everything Google out of Android and gives you impressive control over things like tracking cookies, location spoofing, a way to hide your IP address, and more. There's a nifty switch on the side that instantly disables your camera and microphone by default, but can be customized to turn on the new Fairphone Moments Minimalist Mode, Do Not Disturb, and a handful of other options. It's also infinitely more repairable than 99% of other smartphones because Fairphone built this phone to be taken apart. That means a few simple screws will let you remove the battery and 14 other components so you can replace them as needed throughout the life of your phone. Fairphone sells these components right on its website, and they're all really decently priced. Yeah, it's pretty impressive, and I've loved to see this kind of thing. But I'm really hoping Fairphone starts offering an alternative type of display, because the OLED that ships with the phone is pretty bad for flicker-sensitive users. At medium to high brightness, this one uses 360Hz PWM dimming with very high modulation and a clear pulse width adjustment from the get-go. Even if I hold up a torch to it to enable sunlight mode, this one is still forcing pulse width adjustment, just like a Samsung Galaxy or Google Pixel phone. There are no additional dimming options under display settings, so what you see is what you get, unfortunately. Taking a look at the charts, there's a very obvious plateau at the top of the brightness pulse, showing a clear PWM dimming cycle. I can zoom in a bit on the data here so you can clearly see it happening at 50% brightness. Just like a Galaxy or Pixel, this one starts causing me eye pain within seconds of using it if I'm not wearing my astigmatism-correcting glasses. And because of that, I really hesitate to use phones like this. Once you get under 30% brightness, 1440Hz PWM dimming kicks in, and although the modulation rate isn't any different, the frequency at least makes things a little more tolerable. At 25% brightness, you're looking at about 120 nits. So it's not very practical to run the display at this brightness and use it all day just to get a higher PWM frequency. This genuinely sucks because, as far as I can tell, there's no dithering at all on this display. I prefer the natural color palette as it's gentler on the eyes than the extra vibrant options. As is the case with some other phones without dithering, the flashing you see on these pixels is not dithering, it's just a very deep modulation rate being picked up by the 480 frames per second slow motion video. You can tell the difference because all the pixels are flashing at an even interval, whereas dithering typically looks like pixel dancing or alternating flashes in a different pattern. As you might expect, the low PWM rate and high modulation rates make it difficult to recommend this to flicker-sensitive people. This is a huge shame given how great Fairphone is as a company and how great some of their previous phones have been. If Fairphone offers an alternative display or someone else makes a display that has better PWM rates or no PWM at all preferably, this could truly be a killer phone for people looking for one that's not only more environmentally friendly, but also one that helps keep your digital life more private. Here's hoping that happens. If you enjoyed that video, please leave a like and subscribe for more Flickr-focused display analysis. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one.